Hey, welcome everybody to Unscripted Real Estate Talk. Craig Lurch, eXp Realty, Luxury, Sports and Entertainment. And oh boy, do we got coming in hot today. A really longtime friend of mine, a mecca in the Philadelphia real estate world, and from prior to that, the nursing world. But hey, if you ever want to reach out to me, you can always follow me on Instagram, Unscripted Real Estate Talk. Always Craig Lurch, Selling 215. Follow us out on YouTube. We're going to be talking about some of the tapings of our new TV show that's coming up, and we're going to be taping next week. You can come out and see us where we're at. You can always call me 267-214-7728. Monday, we're going to be out taping in the Ambler area, in the Chestnut Hill area. We're going to have some fun, be out with my son Corey and my co-host. We're going to be visiting some homes that we're going to be highlighting in the market. We're going to be actually visiting the famous Bridget's Steakhouse up in Ambler. We're going to be interviewing them and how they've come about and how they've evolved to their upstairs area and their fantastic steaks. We're going to be talking about the Main Street walking in Ambler. We're going to be walking around in Chestnut Hill. We'll maybe even do a flyby into bed and breakfast and stuff like that. I have to get my mother-in-law some sweet treats out there. She hates it when I do those things. I come flying in. She goes, "Why did you bring those things home to me?" But hey, reach out to us. You ever want to be on the show? You want to be in the background? Hey, we love to have people do videos with us when we're out taping the Selling 215. So, hey, today we're going to be dealing with titans. We're going to be dealing with transactions. We're going to be dealing with talent. We're going to be talking about how it changed over decades. And actually, Vicki and I got into the business the same time, within about 12 months, back in the late 80s. We got Vicki Carey, one of the managing brokers of KW Empower, that's been around forever. Used to be with Berkshire. And before that, you were a nurse. Mm-hmm. Nurturing, right?
Nurturing. There you go.
There you go. Real quick. How do how did going from nursing into real estate happen? Well, the craziest part is you're babying people and you're taking care of people in real estate and all that. How did you go from that transition?
Actually, it happened by accident, to the point where that I was working in a physician's office and they hired a receptionist who happened to be living with an attorney who owned a title company. And she said to me, "Vic, you need to get a real estate license." Now, at a very young age, I grew up in Jersey, in Merchantville, and my father dabbled in real estate and said to me, "Come on, let's go to school." Okay, let's go to school. So we went to school, never sat for the test, but I had a little knowledge and I had watched my father. Mm-hmm. So I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So,
was your dad in the real estate business?
No, auto body. But
okay.
he understood the value of bricks.
Uh-huh.
And he knew since World War II that bricks had always increased in value. And for him, with an 8th grade education, decided that's how he's going to make it in the world.
Wow. Bricks have value. I haven't heard that one before.
Sure. So I went on, got my real estate license, and started with a very small brokerage in the far Northeast. Fred Feldman Real Estate.
Oh, Mr. Feldman. I remember Mr. Feldman.
Yeah. Way
you started right when I was at Colin and Lurch Realtors. Yeah. My dad and those guys.
So I was up there. And, life's a funny thing. It takes you in different directions. But it's not uncommon in the industry for teachers and nurses to gravitate to real estate because it is a hands-on, one-on-one type of thing. You really need to guide and protect. There's a lot of protection. A good agent's job is to protect.
Yeah. And we're going to touch on that professionalism and stuff like that. But, I mean, you were born in Jersey. You were born in Merchantville. You're passionate about Philly. I know that. You live in Philly still, up in the Northeast area. I love the passion. I love the grit. I say we have our own blood type here in Philly.
Oh, absolutely.
You definitely.
Absolutely. And the city varies from the surrounding burbs, dramatically in the agent's styles.
Oh, night and day. There's some that can do both sides of the river, as we'll call it, but you got to be really good to it. And again, you evolve from it. I started real estate in Northeast Philadelphia, right by Roland and Ryan, right by Lincoln High School, and then evolved because your clients evolve. That's how involved in commercial also. But here's one of the things what do you love the most about Philly? We got a 250th birthday. What do you really love about? What's it make?
To be honest, I do think I like the grit that they speak of. That word is used frequently, because the grit to me is honesty.
Yeah.
And there's very little honesty in this world. No matter where you turn, whatever road you take, finding someone to be honest, truthful, and upfront with you.
Mm-hmm.
Stop sugarcoating everything. We have to live in a reality. And I feel Philadelphia, as other large major cities, they've already understood that and they keep to that. Like, let's stop fooling around. Let's tell the truth. It's going to benefit all of us up front.
Yeah, the truth is tough. It's sometimes looking yourself in the mirror, also saying, I might be part of the problem. But I mean, Philly is definitely the gritty on what we love and which is passionate about. That makes us want to change. I mean, we have the 250th birthday coming up here. We are the birthplace. The 13 colonies. It was signed here. It started here. So in my world, everybody in the United States is really a Philadelphian, but they just gone somewhere else. So sorry, everybody, if you're from somewhere else, you're really a Philadelphian. And you're an Eagles fan, too. So there you go. You got to go big. Yeah, I'm telling you, big night. We got Flyers and, oh, boy, coming down to it. Come on, boys. Step up.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think they will.
I got a feeling we're going to do it. And if so, South Philly's going to have a blast. Along with the rest of the city, we're going to go up there. You like cheesesteaks? Where's your favorite?
Oof.
Oh, boy, here we go.
So, for dietary reasons...
You don't.
I don't frequently do it.
Okay. But if you were.
But if I was, I do like a Steve's steak.
All right, Prince.
Yeah, Prince steaks. I'm versatile. I could go chopped or I could go sliced. So I could go...
So you can go Gino's or Pat style.
Absolutely.
You can go Carmela's and Angelo style.
That's right.
You can go Steve's Prince's Steaks in this one. I got you. All right. They're all great things in what we do. So one of the things I love to do is, it's a tie-in of my three funnels, which is changing lives, making money, and having fun. The changing lives is sharing things that are different that make you think a little different and have fun. But the other thing is we got to make some money. And I love giving kudos out to different places and that I like to go to. That's why we bring those up. That's why I bring bed and breakfast up in the places we go to. But the other thing is have some fun. So I'm going to bring this up. Here's a question. Did you know today is? These are some of the national days.
Okay.
Today is National World Stationery Day.
I can honestly say no, I did not.
You didn't know that?
I did not.
Here's a question. I'm going to put you under a gun here. Do you send handwritten notes still?
On occasions, yes, I do. I actually had slipped because when our company moved locations, a file cabinet was lost. And in that file cabinet was all of my clients' birthdays.
Oh.
That I've accumulated over 30-some years. I was devastated until the light bulb went off. And I said, that cabinet has got to be in our storage bin. Only 3 weeks ago, went there, and there it is with a sticker. It's supposed to go to Broad Street and never made it. So I do send birthday cards to my clients. Because nobody does that.
That is why I'm bringing this up. This is old school where you and I are. I send 3 to 5 notes to people a day, handwritten.
Beautiful.
I put a $1 lottery ticket in every one. And if I know there's a husband and wife, I put 2 in. Yeah. And I say, okay, who's going to pick the winning ticket? But I have fun with it. And that's just, you know what? You never know where somebody's day is going to go. And I always write, selling real estate. If you're selling real estate, don't gamble. Pick a professional. Craig. So I write a little note on it, a little tweak of where it's at, but it's going back to doing something that not most people to do. They're so busy just shooting email and sending texts. You mentioned it really important about being the nurse, and we're going to touch on that again about being a true professional. It's trust.
Trust.
Absolutely. And it's trust and integrity. All right, another one. National Shrimp Scampi Day. My father-in-law loves shrimp. I have to give a yell out to my father-in-law who's 90 and a half, Bobby. God bless you. Here you go. He loves that. And then we also have our Philly pretzel. It's National Soft Pretzel Month. There you go. We got the Philly pretzels. You like the spicy mustard or the yellow mustard? Spicy because you are spicy. There you go. All right. Here's one I'm going to tie in. In the real estate market, this is another one. It's national this month. Life gives us a lot of things to do. Life gives us a lot of challenges, a lot of change. We're going to talk. Real estate market, since the time we've been in this, 36 years ago, we used to deal with the MLS when the cards, remember?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, the cards, and I was the guy that was in charge of doing it. And Mike McCann, who's going to be on my show, Mike McCann was in the business, started the same time you are, and all that stuff. We get into these challenges with agents over contracts and this, and everybody starts getting all uptight. And you know what? You need a little bit. One is humility. You need to have a little humility in yourself, but you also have to have a little humor. So it is National Humor Month. So I'm challenging the rest of the month, and we don't have much left of it. Have some more humor. We got to have some humor in this industry, because if you're not having fun with it, you will lose your mind.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean, that's one of the things. Let's talk about. You got into the business. You came from being a nurse. You went from being nurturing into the business. Mm-hmm. You were selling. Then you became a broker of one brokerage, and then you got pulled over at 5 states. At one point, you were with PA, New Jersey, Delaware, New York, and Maryland. One's not easy to juggle. 5 are exceptional, and my hat's off to you, because you're dealing with a lot of moving parts and a lot of chickens selling real estate and a lot of liability. How have you seen the talent change through the years, from the beginning to now seeing things? What are you seeing?
What I see is, and I find it a great concern, there is a percentage of agents who were up at 2 a.m. and watched an infomercial. And like, how hard can this be? I mean, you just put the sign on the lawn. How hard can this be?
It's that COVID bit.
The understanding of the complexity of dealing with an individual, their finances, the litigation that has established itself over the years. Mm-hmm. Our agreement of sale 30-some years ago was 3 pages. It's now 14 pages. And coming soon will be 15 pages. And why is that? Because of litigation. Mm-hmm. We've had to expand on divulging, teaching, and learning what we need to cover, because litigation has happened. And being a broker and dealing with the litigation that comes in, everybody can be sued for something. You
can be sued because you walk down the street and look at somebody wrong. I mean, it's just we live in Philly's one of the most litigious cities in the country. Absolutely. You can tell by the billboards. And by the way, all these lawyers aren't paying for their own billboards. They got joint venture companies funding them for the billboards to get a piece of the action of the lawsuit. So that's a key point. In the testing of the classes, some people are just flying through them easily, and some don't. I mean, you had the challenge, and I know my daughter's in the midst of taking hers, and she's running into that. She's taken it twice, and I have a friend that took it 11 times, and she's fantastic in real estate. But it doesn't prove that you pass it right away, you're going to be successful. What's the number? 82%, or 900 out of 1,000 agents right now, 920 of them in 5 years will change and be gone, but there'll be another 920 that decide to come into business.
Well, you need to understand, when you're in the business, this is a really hard job. I used to do a lot of teaching when I was with another brokerage. I was the mentor and instructor for all of Center City. And those were the words I gave them. Mm-hmm. Listen, this is a lot of work. If you don't want to do the work, that's fine. You will not be the success you think you are from that TV show you watched at 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. Okay? It is more than just putting a sign on the lawn.
You know what? They all believe that there's a special pill.
There's not.
There's not. You got to do the work.
It's a lot of work.
And to go through the years, 36 years of the change, and then with technology and all that stuff. I mean, I've got over 4,000 transactions. I know Mike McCann's got my name. You've been involved in thousands and thousands and thousands, even more than that, because you're touching contracts with other agents that are involved. Constantly. So, to see those things that are out there. Advice for a seller who's looking to sell in this marketplace, what would be the top 3 things you would tell them, like bing, 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 that you have to look for in it, regardless of, when you're looking for that agent, whatever it might be?
Let me say, just because someone has a lot of time being licensed doesn't make them a good agent, okay?
Good.
So referral is the best way to go here. Ask friends, neighbors. Mm-hmm. Did you like your agent? Mm-hmm. Were they there for you? Was there a response time that you felt was really good, or was it delayed? Especially now after the NAR suit,
Mm-hmm.
buyer agency was like, oh my God, what is this happening? No, read an article right after the suit took place.
Mm-hmm.
And they named, and unfortunately I don't remember, but there was about 4 or 5 states that were named in this article. Pennsylvania being one of them, had some of the best paperwork in the country. And we do.
I do recall that.
So because I'm a broker or have a broker's license in 5 states, I see the paperwork of other states. Only Pennsylvania is a title state. New York, Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland are attorney states. And the paperwork shows, and it's done purposefully. We have paperwork so we can self-sustain ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't necessarily have the attorney in our back pocket.
Yeah.
So we have to have it in writing for us and guidelines. And it makes such a huge difference. When I look at paperwork, even the buyer agency contract in one of the states that I will not mention, it's 1.5 pages long. I'm like, but there's so much that's missing here that people need to understand
Mm-hmm.
about. So knowing the paperwork and knowing where to turn, and of course, I'm going to give a shout out to Paralegal, which is something that we in Pennsylvania have that's not available in other states. There is a state or two that you can send an email and hope in 24 hours somebody will call you back. But Paralegal is phenomenal.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, legal. Goldstein, oh my God, when he was running it.
Oh, Goldstein, yeah.
Yeah,
he was
he's
good.
fantastic.
But Hank,
I mean, those
he's
guys
my
are
guy.
good. Okay, so we're going back to, if you're going to go looking for a realtor, whether it's a buyer or a seller, regardless of it, get somebody who's a professional, and I've said that before. Find somebody who knows what they're doing, a professional. It's not a matter of years. It's a matter of how many transactions. What are they? I'm an associate broker. I have the highest licensing. I stepped down from brokering my own company.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just because you're a broker doesn't mean you know how to sell, and just because you're selling doesn't mean you know how to be a broker. They're two different animals, two different hats you have to wear. So going back to the thing, referral and trust.
Yes.
And knowledge, another thing you said, knowing what to do to protect them, because I look at it as being a bodyguard.
Yes. And buyer agency, when that was all going down, I used to say to the agents, listen to me, you have to show your value to that client.
Thank you.
They need to know after your first day out with them, oh my God, she or he really knows a lot. They whisper to each other. You catch them in the living room and you're walking down through the bathroom and you hear them talking like, wow, I never knew about pointing and grading and understanding the mechanics of the home. That doesn't make you an engineer, an architect, or a home inspector, but it makes you knowledgeable. God bless some of these first-time home buyers. Changing a light bulb is going to have to be a tutorial.
Oh my God.
So having someone come behind you and say to them, I want you to look at this. We're in the basement area. Notice the line where moisture has come in here.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, this is an issue. Moisture is a big problem in our city. We're sandwiched between 2 big rivers. So understanding moisture, learning how to control it. There's ways around everything, but you got to note it. You got to see it. You got to understand it. So that I find is huge for agents to be able to show their value.
A big thing is going out, even if you're brand new in the business. I've said to my people, I have home inspections going on properties I have. Go hang with the home inspector and learn the house. The home inspector, I love Christian at Titan Inspections. There's a bunch of great guys. Bill out at A Statewide or whatever it is. I forget exactly. I just know their names. I don't remember their companies. Because they're good. They're knowledgeable. They're not earth-shattering. They're not going to scare everybody. They're here to give fact. They're here to go that. When I'm showing homes to buyers, and yes, I go out showing homes to buyers. So if you're looking to buy a home, yes, I can help you. If you're thinking of selling a home, yes, I don't just do real estate. I deal with buyers and sellers and negotiate all day long. So the biggest thing is I'm out there. I'm like, look, you're going to be looking for the pretty thing. You're going to be looking like, where can I put my couch? Where can I do this? I'm looking at Why is this doing here? What is that crack over here? What's this thing? The electrical cable, the famous electrical cable in Northeast Philadelphia, and everybody goes, I didn't know I have to replace that. That's Pico. No, it's not. The cable's the owner. But it gets dried by the sun and the old catguts and all that stuff they used to call the wrap on and stuff. They're like, oh no. I mean, that's a challenge. It's 2,000, 2,500 hours to get fixed correctly today. But I'm looking for those things that a seller is going to say, oh my God, but a buyer is going to horribilize. I know you know this word because it doesn't really exist, but the sky's falling. You know, there's a crack in the plaster ceiling in a Mayfair home on 3500 block of Ryan Avenue because they were plaster. So
that's right.
They were one of the biggest row homes
yes,
ever.
They were.
When you got a chance to sell one of them, you thought you were going to Hollywood. You're like, yeah, I'm coming into that front. And it still is. They're lovely from the front. Every time I drive by them, I think. But that to them is, oh my God, that's a $5,000 credit. It's not. It's plaster. It's going to keep. I mean, my wife likes the ceilings painted. We have a home with plaster ceilings. She wants the ceilings painted every other year because she can't stand the cracks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just part of it. All right. Let's touch on interest rates. They just popped down a little bit. I think it's going to bring the market out a little bit. How are you seeing? How are the agents you're working with overall seeing the market? I know the inventory's down, but again, stuff is selling.
Sure, stuff is selling. You have to have realistic expectations as a seller, which has improved. You know, 3 years ago, where a home was on the market for 20 minutes, is now like 2 months our inventory is.
The average, yep. 70% of the homes, 70 days. Yep. But I mean, there are homes. I mean, I noticed some of the homes that we were going to go video for the show next week.
Are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High 2 million number mark in the Chestnut Hill area, gone.
Yeah.
You know, so if it's priced right into the right spot.
Well, there it is.
If it's priced right for where it's at. First time home buyers, I think is a great time to come in, but they're feeling that little bit hurt because a lot of people are holding that house that they had bought originally with the low interest rate and using it as an asset now and renting it because it can cash flow, so they're not selling them, so it's holding them a little bit.
We're short inventory.
45% less than what we had when we were in balance in 2019.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, no question about it.
That's a lot.
Absolutely, especially here. I mean, I'm seeing, you're dealing with multiple states. You know, you're seeing more influx. I mean, I've had Mike Fabrizio, I have a bunch of people and ladies on the show. They're seeing a lot of people coming back to the city and going to the condos, and you're seeing a lot of what I'm calling the double income, no kids, or single income, no kids now buying outside in the suburb. They're leaving the city, but they're buying outside now because they're older and they're going to start a family, or they might be starting a family or something. You're seeing that?
Well, there is that influx of over giving birth age, whatever that is, coming in for some of the convenience of the city. Let's face it, there is a lot of convenience. There's a lot of things to do. Entertain yourself. Medical education is huge in Philadelphia. I mean, we thrive on that here. And we're a med ed city. So with that said, they have availability. I have friends who've moved to the shore permanently.
To the beach. That's what I love about Philly, man. We can get a lot of places.
Yeah, but their doctors are still in the city.
Yeah.
And they come up back to the city for all of their specialists or whatever it is. So there is that nucleus that keeps people close. So as we get older, without a doubt, our health changes. So having the availability of having medicine close is important for a lot of people.
I see. I've had a couple clients that are buying crash pads in the city for $400,000 to $500,000. They're buying in the Ritz, they're buying in the Marano.
Right.
They're buying in some of the other places that they're going down instead of just paying hotel bills. You know, they have the money. They're assetting it. They're going to leave it to their kids. They're doing it with a writer survivorship to the kids, doing some financial, estate management stuff, but also using it. But that's exciting stuff with Philly. Philly's, I mean, we have the 250th. Coming up.
Yeah. The world will have the magnifying glass on us.
Here we go. We have the All-Star Baseball coming in. We have FIFA that's going to be going on. We got the Eagles opening up. We got rid of Rob Thompson, and now we got the Phillies that are going to turn it around. And then after tonight, God willing, we go to the next level with our young boy Flyers.
Yeah.
That are 10 years younger than everybody else on average. Are going to light it up. I think we're really in a good spot. We're passionate. That's Philly sports, man.
We just got to behave ourselves because the world will be watching.
Agreed. We need to be an example of being classy.